Hello, dear students. Welcome again to this reinforcement and review session. Today, we are going to focus on grammar. In grammar, we're going to do the past simple of the verb to be, form, and usage. Vocabulary. In vocabulary, we'll target hobbies-related vocabulary. And then we will do reading and writing. So we'll get started. Grammar. The simple past of to be. Now, since this is a review, we're going to look at this picture in which there is a grandfather with his grandchildren. They're talking about the past. What I would like you to do, I'd like you to read this dialogue and try to underline the past forms of to be. Have a look. Done? Okay, let's do the first one. Tell me, Granddad, what was your job 40 years ago? So the simple past of the verb to be, exactly, is was. Second sentence. I was a policeman. That's right. Was again. Next one. Exactly. Were you married then? Answer. No, I wasn't. That's right. So the past forms in this conversation are was, again, was in the second sentence, and then were, because we are asking a question, and then wasn't, the negative form. Now, yes, this is Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Who is the kid? He is Cristiano Ronaldo, the child. Can we compare between the two pictures? All right. Look at Ronaldo, the child. As a child, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't as slim as he is now. Yes, look at the picture. He is slim. But when he was a kid, he wasn't as slim as he is. Look at his hair. Exactly. His hair was curly. And now his hair is not curly. It's a bit short. Do you want to see another example? That's right. That's Messi. Yes. Messi. Right. So Messi's eyes compare. Big eyes. Right? So Messi's eyes weren't small when he was a child. They were big. Look at the past form of to be. Again, Messi's hair wasn't short when he was a kid. It was long. Now here we have compared between Messi as a kid and Messi as a grown-up. And again, we have used the past form of to be. Can we move to another example? All right. Yes, that's right. Brother Harry. Now, can you compare? This is a task, by the way. I want you to fill in the gaps with was, wasn't, were, and weren't. Look at the pictures. Brother Harry as a teenager or adolescent. And here, Brother Harry as a grown-up. This is a dialogue between Monsef and Usama. Monsef. When Brother Harry, a teenager, he as strong as he is now? Usama. No, but he, one of the strongest kickboxers in the world when he 25 years old. Now here we have to use the past simple. Can we do the first one? That's right. When Badr Hari was a teenager, question, inverting, we have inverted here the subject, the auxiliary. Was he as strong as he is now? No, he wasn't. But he was one of the strongest kickboxers in the world when he was 25 years old. Can we move to the form now? Now that we have seen some examples, let's see the form of the past simple of the verb to be. Okay. Affirmative form. I was, you were. He, she, and it was. We, you, and they were. Negative form. I wasn't. You weren't. He, she, it wasn't. We, you, they weren't. Interrogative form. Was I? Were you? Was he? Or was she? Or was it? And were we? Were you? And were they? This is the form. Can we move to the usage? When we say usage, that is to say, when we have to use the past simple in general, and here the past simple of to be. Here we go. We use the past simple tense of the verb to be for any state to describe a person or situation in the past. Don't forget, and please note that these keywords, very often, generally speaking, they go with the past simple. Yesterday, last week, last night, 2 days ago, on Saturday. For example, I was in Rabat on Saturday. I was in Agadir on Saturday. I wasn't in my hometown on Saturday, right? Last weekend. And we can add more. For example, ago. 3 days ago, I was in a party, for example, enjoying myself with my friends, right? Task. In order to better understand and practice the past simple of the verb to be, let's do this task. Practice makes perfect. Here we go. Now here we have conversations, two conversations. Conversation number 1 and conversation number 2. In conversation number 1, we have 3 teenagers. We have Yusra, and we have Ayman, and we have Yunus. Look at the picture. Yeah, by the way, they're wearing masks. Yes, they're protecting themselves. Please, dear students, do not forget to wear your masks. Very important these days. Right. Have a look at this conversation. Yusra, how the film last night? Ayman, it good. It so boring. Yusra, why it? Ayman, well, the story silly and there any good actors in it. Yunus, what about Van Damme? He's always good. Well, he's usually good, but he in the film. Let's do the first conversation and then let's move on to the second conversation, right? Can we do it? Here we go. How? Yes, last night. Exactly. How was the film last night? It wasn't good. It was so boring. What is boring? Exactly. The boring is the opposite to or the opposite of exciting or interesting. For example, a football match between Barcelona and Real Madrid. Is it boring in general? No, it's not. It's exciting, right? Why was it? Well, the story was silly. What is silly? Childish. Not that good, not that serious. And there weren't any good actors. What about Van Damme? He's always good. Well, he's usually good, but he wasn't in the film. Now let's move to the second conversation. It is between David and Liz. Right. David, Liz. Again, wearing masks. Where you last night? I found you, but you at home. I out with friends. We at the new cafe. Susan there? No. She. Why? Oh, I just need to know. She out with Peter. They in the garden. No, they. How do you know? Because I there. Right. Where? Exactly. Where were you last night? I phoned you, but you weren't at home. I was out with friends. We were at the new cafe. Because we, right? Plural. Was Susan there? No, she wasn't. Why? Why are you asking me? I just need to know. She was out with Peter. They, plural, they was? No, they were in the garden. No, they weren't. How do you know? Liz wants to know. She's interested in knowing. Because I was there. Right. Now, let's move to vocabulary. I hope that the past simple of the verb to be is okay, right? And you can, of course, you can do more exercises. Now that we have reviewed and given you more examples, you can do more exercises in order to better understand the past form of the verb to be. As we say, as I have just said, practice makes perfect. Vocabulary. Look at this picture. What do you think the vocabulary items we are going to focus on? He's playing the guitar. She's knitting. He's playing the drums. She's dancing, skateboarding, playing the violin. Yes, we are going to talk about hobbies. What's your favorite hobby? What is it? Football? Or maybe swimming? I don't know. By the way, there are two types of hobbies: outdoor hobbies and indoor hobbies. What's your favorite? First, let's talk about indoor and outdoor hobbies. For example, outdoor hobbies are football. When we say outdoor, we mean hobbies that can be practiced outside the home, like football, horse riding, hunting, fishing, and indoor hobbies like watching TV, cooking, painting, knitting. Let's see more hobbies, more examples. What about this one? Exactly, it is fishing. Is it outdoor or indoor? Of course, it's outdoor, right? What is this one? Running, yes, or jogging, outdoor activity, outdoor hobby. And this one, it is knitting. Okay. Yeah, what about this one? Gardening, gardening. What about this one? This is cycling. Do you like cycling? I do. Cycling. What about this one? Exactly, weightlifting. Weightlifting. And this one? An outdoor hobby. Fishing. Hunting. What about this one? Yes, Badr Hari. Exactly. Kickboxing. Can we do a task? Right. I am going to give you a number of hobbies, and I want you to match the hobby with the names. Can we do it together? Have a look. Look at this one. Look at this one. What about this one? Look at this one. Can we? Here we go. This is skiing. Number one is skiing, right? Painting. Listening to music. Reading. Very interesting hobby, by the way. Collecting stamps. Playing chess. Practicing sports. Playing the guitar. Do you play any musical instrument? Okay. Swimming. And the last one, surfing the net. I guess that maybe this is your favorite, surfing the net. But I hope that you have this hobby, which is reading, right? The more you read, the more you know about life, about the world. Can we move to reading? Yeah, I have been talking about reading, right? Can we move to reading? Let's go. Look at these pictures. What are the hobbies that we have in these pictures? This one is watching TV, indoor, outdoor. Indoor, yeah. What about this? Skateboarding, outdoor. And what about this? This is reading. These kids' names, these teenagers' names are Carla, Melissa, and Mark. What I want you guys to do, I want you to read these three short texts, and then I will give you a chart to fill in with some information from the text. Let me read it. I prefer indoor activities. When I have some free time, I like reading, watching TV. My favorite hobby, however, is collecting things. I collect postcards and bookmarks. I have 322 cards so far and about 500 bookmarks. I spend 3 to 4 hours a week organizing them. This is Carla. Melissa. I like indoor and outdoor activities. I enjoy reading and surfing the net. My favorite hobby, though, is making accessories from shells, bracelets, earrings, etc. I usually spend about an hour a day on it. But at weekends, I spend the whole afternoon making a nice bracelet. Mark. I love outdoor activities. I enjoy cycling, skiing, and surfing. But my favorite hobby is definitely skateboarding. It's exciting and it's fun. I'd like to be a professional skateboarder, so I always practice about 2 to 3 hours after school and at the weekend, of course. This is Mark. Can we move to the fill in the chart activity or task? All right. Here we go. Now age, Carla, we have it in the text, 12. Exactly, 13. That's right. What about Mark? That's fine, 14 years old. Hobbies. Melissa's favorite hobby is reading, surfing the net. What about Carla? Reading and watching TV. And Mark? Skiing and surfing. Favorite hobby, Carla? Collecting things. Melissa's favorite hobby, reading and surfing the net. And Mark? Skateboarding. Remember, we have it in the picture. Type of activities. Carla, she loves indoor activities. Remember, we talked a lot about indoor activities, right? Melissa, indoor and outdoor activities, both. And Mark, outdoor activities. We have it already. Now, I want you to tell me the time spent on activity. Carla, 3 to 4 hours a week. What about Melissa? An hour a day. Yeah. And Mark? Yeah, 2 to 3 hours after school. Right? Can we move to another activity? When we read, sometimes we need to write. Yes, writing. We're going to do writing. What I want you guys to do, I want you to write an email to a friend of yours about your favorite hobby or hobbies. I guess that you all have favorite hobbies. Please type or write an email to your friend. Actually, when you are asked to write an email, you have to type it because email stands for electronic letter. Electronic, mail, letter. So write an email to a friend of yours about your favorite hobby or hobbies. But please, have a look at this outline. First, start with the greeting. You say, hi Dave. Email is informal. You are writing it to your friend, informal, as opposed to formal, right? Hi, Dave, Marwa, for example, Salwa, Usama, Btisam. I don't know. You write the name of your friend. In paragraph 1, you say, how are you? Are you good? I am so glad to write to you this email. This is like introducing, ideas and preparing your reader, your friend, to what is to come. Say what your hobby is and give some information about it. For example, I'm very glad to write to you this email in order to tell you about my hobby. My hobby is, etc. And you talk about it. You describe it. You tell me, you tell him when you practice that hobby. Is it an outdoor hobby? Is it an indoor hobby? Right? and ask him or her to write to you about his or her hobby. Okay? Ending, say bye, or you say sincerely yours. These are expressions that we use when we finish a letter or an email. Friendly yours, etc. Signing off, write your name, for example, Younes, Mustafa, Carla, etc. Dear students, thank you very much for watching. You're great students. Goodbye.